Hello and welcome back to Ankford Place. We are going in here. My nose is very itchy, I don't know why. Everybody kill the ooze. Whoa, dude.
Ready when you are.
Oh, well. Awesome. Oh, there's something over there. Some balloon. Missing you, love you more, the Swedish chef. I hope they don't do anything too cliche on the gravestone. I think therefore you are the lurker. The rain in the astral plane falls mainly on the other brain. User. Eureka! That's money. This is a good place to check out. Oh shit, more ruse!
You better run! Be on seat! You better run! You're mine!
I fear we've lost the angry one.
We've lost the angry one?
You better run!
Do you have a song that would...
You're mine!
Took you long enough, Mr. Troll.
Yeah?
Trolls, trolls, trolls in the dungeon. More players. Oh, what's this?
What?
Okay, whatever you say, man. Oh, a girdle of mortal protection. Let's see. Girdle, 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 where is it? Girdle of mortal protection. Oh, a ring of eternal fundling. A girdle of mortal protection. And a helmet. Let's see. There we go. Oh, no, okay. Can't really use it, can you? There we go. Maybe we should bring them back.
Moen iksi ana.
Bring them back up, because maybe, like, can we send him home?
Ready when you are.
We should send him home. We're gonna go back and rest and get some camping gear, and then we're gonna come back here. I think that's best. I'm sorry about that, but I really don't want my characters to die on me. Especially not my healer. He seems to be the healer character. Oh shit, I missed the tactics system of Dragon Age. It's so, like... I really fucking miss having tactics. So let's see. Yeah, go back to the world map. Come on. Come on.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Yes. In we go. Back to Kidnua. It really is a long trip. Like, 22 hours just to go over there. That's like way longer than it looks on the map. Like, how does Defiance Bay rule over something that's 22 hours away?
I feel sorry for whoever has to clean up this place.
Well, it's us, so. You wait to see Jones, his staff held in both of his hands before him. A flame flickers at its top end, casting long shadows across his face. He stares in contemplation. Still, for all the light of fire, your eyes can't focus on him. Perhaps it's awakening from sleep or a trick of light, but it seems indistinct, blurred around the edges. Everything except for the staff. The staff, he sees him studying its engravings. As you watch the engravings grow thinly red, like through the cracks of heat suffused wood. The lines stream like molten metal, burning along the edges of his staff. Then branch out in an intricate series of fiery veins, bunching thickly where his hands clutch the wood, pulsing as if a heartbeat. As you watch the veins spiral into a dozen separate circles, circles spiral again until they arrange in a circle of their own. They pulse, wait, and all is strangely silent, and then suddenly there's a great light from the fire, a rushing of air, a great flash, and you wake again to see Jones at the same place. Still holding his staff, but he is solid, real. He doesn't seem to have noticed you, or reacted to what occurred. Oh, level
Yes.
up. Let's see. You definitely need more athletics, more survival. More maybe some stealth. There we go. Next. Arcane Dampener creates a nullifying field of antagonistic magic energy around the chosen point. No. Passive abilities. Bounding missile. Might actually be good. Fireball. Exposed vulnerabilities. Caster draws upon his or her life force to can increase the speed and movement while draining his or her own endurance. No! Exposed vulnerabilities. Good. Nothing that draws on your life force, please. Let's see. We really need, like... There we go. Athletics for everybody. For navigating. I know that's not the optimal thing to do, but we really need, like, it just feels like something we need. It feels like something we need. Swift aim. Defensive bond. The empathetic bond between ranger and animal companion yields a preternatural awareness of income danger, giving both a significant bonus to defense. Long experience fighting together enables a ranger and animal companion to fight as highly efficient team. The ranger gains a courtesy bonus when fighting any enemy already engaged by the animal companion. Ranger gains a portion of his or her animal's senses and instincts, becoming especially sensitive to incoming range attack, target deflection. Hines the predator instance bonus on any creature suffering damage over time effect. No, let's take defensive bond.
Yeah?
Alright, and we were supposed to talk to Durance. And what must you say now? I had questions I wanted to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
I saw something strange. I was sitting by the fire and I saw great light from your staff.
Tell me what you saw.
It was a flash like an explosion, a rushing of air, incredibly bright.
It is the light of the Godhammer you saw.
The Godhammer?
It was a weapon of Deerwood's people, a symbol of their independence. It saved the Deerwood.
What do you know about it?
It brought the Saints' War to an end, knocked a god from his perch. There are few that would deny Eothas overstepped. The Godhammer reminded Eothas of it. You saw its light because I helped shape it, give it life, and release it into the world. Once seen, its glory is almost too bright to be believed.
So he
Too
was in the
bright to be
war.
forgotten. There were 12 of us. We fashioned the weapon, drafted plans for it, prayed for guidance at Ashfall.
You were
and it
one of the
came to me
dozen.
there. Each of us were given a staff made from the forest of black trees around us, glowing with embers and fire far greater than this branch you see now. It felt as if the staff was Margaren's own finger, guiding my hand, guiding the other 11, the shadows of the 12 who would come to stand on the bridge to stop Eothas.
I also saw a dozen bright circles emerging from your staff as well.
Even in that stand, there was a ritual to it. For the 12 that stood on the bridge, there were a dozen shadows cast, a dozen faithful of Margaren, her fiercest supporters and shapers of the Godhammer.
Durance rests the staff in front of him and the flame atop it curls for a moment, then light flaring slightly. It splits into a ring of flames, one after another, until a dozen is
As
met.
12 held Eothas fast, we 12 unleashed our prayers and let the Godhammer fall.
Then it blossoms brightly once and resumes its candle intensity. In the aftermath, the shadows seem sharp in the vicinity as if they have edges, and you blink, you clear your vision. Durance is still staring at a tiny candle-like flame intently.
Shadows cast by the fire of the Godhammer, perhaps. We shared their fate as well in time. Now the spine of the Deerwood is marked by the Godhammer, marked by Margaret.
How do you mean share their fates?
Not all deaths come with stilled breath and stilled heart, or other stilled passions beneath the waste. Some deaths come from silence. The connection we once shared with Margaret. After the light of the Godhammer, it was not the same. It was as if we'd lost our senses, and sense of purpose as well. Instead of victory being welcomed, there was silence, within and without. Not many can claim to have killed a god. It is less a heroic tale than you would think. And such a death, it changed our faith. All faiths, I expect. Doubt followed, and the world changed. I do not believe Margaret was pleased by what we had done.
Why is that?
The world is broken. The wheel stilled. There is sickness in the world's heart. Perhaps the price of crossing a god.
Well, he wasn't a real god, was he? Was he just some guy? Some warlord that had called himself a god?
Crossing two gods. Even as Margaret shaped our hands, perhaps we carried her will farther than was allowed. Just as Widewind did. Saint Widewind. Mortal arrogance to match mortal arrogance.
War. Who? Ha! What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again, yeah.
Yet if the world had changed, then I sought to change with it. If I had forgotten some of Margaret's teachings, I would find them again. I would make her see me again.
Oh, poor guy. Believes he lost connection with his god.
I remembered Margaret's teachings. How reminders on the flesh were more important than the death of a vessel. And I wondered if killing Aethys, if that had simply set him free. Had it allowed him to escape his punishment and be taken on the wheel? Like a mortal? As I stepped from the now blessed Godhammer Bridge, I thought of Ashfall. I thought of the War of Black Trees. Wondered if I needed to be burned to find myself again. That is Margaret at her heart. At least that is my hope. These are the doubts that befall me.
What happened when you returned to Ashfall?
The road to Ashfall is long. Gives one time to think. And if you think long enough, you do not go home. I left without telling anyone, with only the robes I wore at Halgot, my staff, and my name, which is long buried. Of my fellow 11 craftsmen, disciples, I know not what happened to them, if they suffered the same doubt as I did. But it was underserved. It was wrong. We had done all that Or had asked. Grab victory from defeat and...
Tell me what happened on the bridge. We chose to bridge because we could control it. It was a place where we could choke Elphys in his own footsteps, where we knew his feet would fall, narrow neck of stone. It was more than that. It was the spine of the Derwood, symbolic of its backbone. Such symbols are important in construction of a weapon. Any weapon. I suspect Elphys knew that as well, and so did his vessel in his arrogance. He intended to walk upon the bridge as if walking on the backs of Derwood, and we intended to burn him with the light of our faith, and his. 12 on the bridge, 12 in the shadow, and gave ourselves to it. Gave yourself to it?
We put much of ourselves into the Godhammer. Such a device is not simply a machine. There are elements of the spirit in it. Even Widewind's spirit.
Elements of the
Each
spirit?
of the 12 who brought the Godhammer forth would have done anything to save the Deerwood, save its people. It is why we were chosen. Each of us hated this pretender. That rage, that spirit, that rebellion went into our work, and went into studying him as well.
Why Wadrin?
We all studied Widewind. He was our enemy,
okay.
and he had provided the flesh the god wore as a cloak. That flesh made him vulnerable. I knew what fields his hands had tilled, his family, what he had harvested, where he had been born. We sought to know him, what had led him to fight us.
Why was that important?
You don't kill the god. You kill the man it inhabits. And you leave that man a ruin. Burn him to ash. The weapon was meant to not only burn his flesh, but it would burn his soul. And it did. At the cost of our own. And at the cost of our goddess's favor. That whore be damned.
It sounds as if you fell victim to your own weapon.
Perhaps your eyes were blinded by the truth of the Godhammer, Watcher. I feel half a man at times, but even that is twice that of most others. If you fear for my spirit, your fears are baseless. The Godhammer, seeing its light, only fueled my anger and made me stronger, made me re-examine the teachings of Margaret. Put them in a new light.
It looked as if there was only part of you, as if your spirit had been sheared in half.
I do not need you to cast any more questions on me, Watcher. Nor did I ask you to look upon me without my leave. Get gone, and leave me be.
Okay.
Ready when you are.
So, that suddenly made, like, Durance, like, 12 times more interesting. I'm only saying 12 because it's a high number. So, why is that door still overgrown? I paid for that door to be fixed. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode of Ankford Plays. Next time, we're going to check out this messenger. Then we're going to, what's that town called? Gilded Whale. And then we will go back to the catacombs. And we're going to Gilded Whale to buy some stuff. To buy some camping equipment and such. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you join next time for more shenanigans. Until then, bye!